Hello again. I want to share a few things related to my last post where I was speaking about censorship and some of the issues I see with that and what's happening right now. I don't really want to speak about the issue itself, but really more what making that video revealed to me. In many ways, it was very therapeutic to get that out of me. It was something that was kind of like brewing all day after listening to that long podcast with Joe Rogan, Brett Weinstein, and Pierre Corey, and then noticing how this issue was showing up in my life and my community and my relationships. But I realized expressing myself that way in the world is actually not how I want to show up or participate in the world. And I see that it's easier to be angry and righteous than it is to be sad and to fully feel. And I appreciate this, the exercise of what I did, because it helps me reveal myself and I find my voice, even though it's not necessarily how I want to use my voice. And I think I'm discovering how I want to use my voice. I think I'm afraid to fully use my voice to express the deep inner workings of my experience, to share vulnerably, and to really share what's important for me. And everything that I shared in that last video, the root of that, the stem of that, and the impetus to speak it is actually from a deep, deep, deep care of human beings. And for a sense of what I see as injustice, of ignorance, of abuse of power, that fundamentally decreases quality of life and the possibility for people to reach freedom, really reach freedom and love in their experience. And I see and feel so much fear and anger and depression and frozenness and uncertainty in the world and the people I meet and interact with. And I think this last video was like trying to hit all of that with a hammer of anger. And I think I'm like making a choice now in this moment to hold it, to hug it, to embrace it, and to love it. And so I think I'm making this right now to be just to ask for you as a witness in that, and those of you close to me to remind me of that. Because I'm sure this won't be the last time I become righteous and energized and angry about something. And I choose to allow the spiritual principles that have guided me over the last 12 years to guide me and what I share and what I want to bring to the world. I allow those to take a seat more so than the political, social, economic, material, personal principles that often are very present. And I realize, like, this anger or this sadness at what I perceive of this fear and anger and depression is really an inner projection of my own constraints that I place on my capacity to be free and to be full of love and to realize the absolute ultimate potentials of the masculine and feminine in my life and their ultimate union. So I think my work and my desire and my wish is to realize the fullest potential of who I am, what I think is possible, and really to embody and demonstrate and inspire anyone who may be walking near me. And I think the last thing I want to say, and I'm going to pause because there's a hailstorm and it's probably not recording well. I'll conclude just maybe a little bit about what inspired this video today and has motivated its creation. And really it's two amazing women. The first is one of my mentors in authentic relating, and last weekend I co-facilitated a workshop with her, and part of this process was her evaluating me as a facilitator in a certification process. And it was such a rich weekend. I learned so much just being in that space with her, and her feedback during and after the workshop. I just felt so incredibly seen by her, and I felt and feel invited into more vulnerability. As an actual means to be a more authentic leader, and which is, being a more authentic human. And the second is the presence of a beautiful being here who was here at the monastery for a week, and this person has stolen my heart, and her presence has been the perfect gift at this moment. And she's one of these beings that just has this capacity to really reflect aspects of reflect aspects of myself with a vividness that I'm not capable of seeing alone. And so I've seen so much of just how I'm showing up and how I'm presenting myself, and contradictions in my values and all of these kinds of things. And so that's serving as a reminder of what is most important to me, not these politics of fear and anger, but that of our shared humanity, our human connection, joy, light, freedom, and love. And so I'll leave it there. Again, thank you for listening. I hope to keep going with these.